I'm Nicole Kreitz, live from the First Alert desk in our AZ Family newsroom. We're standing by. Phoenix police are talking about how they just made an arrest of a sexual predator tied to at least six victims. Let's listen in.
These are violent attacks that do not have any place in our society today. And one of these victims of this sexual assault is still unknown to us. That's kind of why we gather you here today, to try to help us identify this missing victim. We're very concerned with her welfare, and we're hoping that the community out there might be able to provide us a little bit of information on who this person is, so that we can ensure that, the amount of justice is brought to this case. We'll also be providing photos and a media advisory through emails in the conclusion of this conference. Today, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell is here. She'll be able to provide some statements on this case, as well as Interim Police Chief Michael Sullivan. Lastly, Commander Ed DeCastro will be given some case information, and will also be able to provide some question and answers. And again, at the conclusion, I'll be able to provide some of the photographic evidence that we would like to push out to the community through email, which is also provided in the bulletin that was provided as you came into this conference. Rachel?
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out today so that the public can be made aware of this investigation and we can get the information out to them. I want to thank the Phoenix Police Department for their exceptional investigation in this case. Obviously, people are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but at this point, this is the status of the case. On April 18th, a grand jury indicted 25-year-old Tyler James Munguia of Phoenix on 59 felony counts. Most of them are dangerous felonies. These 59 counts include 38 counts of sexual assault, 6 counts of kidnapping, 6 counts of aggravated assault, and 9 counts of sexual abuse. A total of 6 victims are identified in the indictment. Although this is a pending case which limits what I can talk about, I can tell you that these are violent crimes that have been perpetrated against these victims. The dates of the crimes span across 8 months, starting in October of 2021, with more alleged criminal activity in March, April, May, and June of 2022. The defendant has been in custody at the Maricopa County Jail since June of 2022, and as with other cases, my office has been working closely with the Phoenix Police Department and will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. I particularly want to thank Rachel Mitchell and the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, for the partnership in this investigation and every investigation. One of the key components of police work is something that I say all the time. It's about providing justice to victims. And that's just what our detectives are doing in this case and have done in this case. And I have to commend the detectives, the supervisors, the analysts, and the laboratory staff that worked on this case, because this was a case that took hours and hours and took us across the country to be able to locate victims. And it was only through the relentless work of the Phoenix Police Department detectives and supervisors and analysts and lab personnel that we were able to identify these victims. It just so happens that this week is National Crime Victims Week. And, what a better way to mark this week than show through the dedication of what we have with the detectives here at the Phoenix Police Department and all the members of the Phoenix Police Department. Even with all that work that's been done, this case is not over. We need your help. We're going to talk about it in just a few minutes. We believe that there could potentially be another victim out there that we need the public's help to identify. I also want to thank Lieutenant Fields for your work and your leadership with your team and making sure that we got to this point in this case. And it was only through your leadership and yours too, Commander DeCastro. Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Commander DeCastro to answer some questions.
Thank you all. I want to start by first thanking the outstanding, incredible work that was done by the detectives, the crime analyst, the lab, and the supervisors, as Chief Sullivan said. The amount of work that went into this investigation and putting all the pieces together is astounding. So I really, truly do thank you guys for the amount of work that you put in, because it is bringing closure to a lot of victims out there. One of the things that we do at the Family Investigation Bureau is we are very victim-centric, and we try to have a multidisciplinary approach to dealing with victims of these types of crimes. So they do an incredible job of really focusing in on the victim's care, resources, and what we can do to help them get through this incredible time that they're going through. So again, I commend all of them as well as everybody else in the Bureau because they do an outstanding job. So the one thing that I wanted to say, as Chief Sullivan stated earlier, we have a 7th victim that we want to make sure that she's okay, and we want to check welfare on her. The only thing that we have on her at this point, and you all will receive or have received the bulletin, are 2 necklaces that she's wearing. One that says Angel, and another one that has a charm or pendant ring type style on it. She is a white or Hispanic female, approximately 18 to 22 years old, and she has red or auburn hair. However, that could be a wig, so it could be anything, but that's what it looks like. If anybody has any information on who she is, we really want to make sure that she's okay, get her resources, and find out what her story is. Please call Silent Witness, 480-WITNESS, to let us know so that we can contact her. If there are other victims that we don't know about, please call Crime Stop so that we can contact you and get your story and, again, bring some closure to you as well. At this time, I will answer as many questions as I can. I will tell you, I apologize right now. I'm not going to say a lot because of the open investigation, but I will tell you what I can.
Commander, it's been a while for this. How do you know you have another victim? Did this person confess, or did investigations lead to more evidence for them?
I will say we have video evidence of her being a victim. Is what they're younger, so I would believe they're between 18 and 25, roughly. They were pretty recent, so it was probably what they are now.
How did he kidnap them?
He threatened them, and then he.
Were they in public? Or?
Yes.
Is this believed to be part of a sex ring where they're preying on targeting older women?
At this point, we don't believe so.
Can you elaborate? You all started saying it took several hours and took several investigations across states. Elaborate on that.
So the original one that brought us to this case was here in Phoenix in June of 2022. Once we received her story, after doing some heavy investigating, other victims, and we were able to track down those victims that don't live here in the valley, and so we had to go to wherever they live to go talk to them. I don't know. We will talk to her about and if she's willing to prosecute, then we will go forward with that. If not, we will ensure that she has the proper resources that she needs to.
Are these pictures, I know the bottom one looks like a stock image, but these ones I assume are taken from the video?
So the two on top are the ones from the video. The one on the bottom is stock. It was just more so you can see what the name looks like and the style of writing.
And you videoed all of them? That's how we were able to identify the other 6?
We have video evidence, yes.
How did you guys arrest him? What evidence led you to him? Was it just the identity?
Yes. Yes, and we were able to have some investigative tools that we have to find out who he is and where he lived.
And you all have been doing this a while. How long have you been looking for the second? Like, has it been 2 months and silent, or is it
That's a good question.
About 6 months.
About 6 months.
So does that indicate to you that she doesn't want to be found, she doesn't want to cooperate, or?
Nope, that could mean that she's in the middle of Wyoming and has no idea that we're looking for her. So, okay.
I
All right.
thought so. But let me ask you this, I mean, how confident are investigators right now that she's alive?
We assume that she's alive until proven differently. We don't know that, but we will assume that she is alive and needs help, needs resources, or needs somebody to talk to.
Has there been any investigation of potentially more of these similar crimes that were captured on video that there isn't necessarily a knowledge of?
Say that first part again.
Is there any investigation into potentially more similar crimes that weren't captured on video?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're always looking for cases that we don't have evidence of, which is why I said in the beginning, if there are any victims out there that never reported this sounds familiar, this name sounds familiar, the face looks familiar, to please give us a call Crime Stop, so that we can start that investigation. Because if we don't know about it, we won't be able to do any kind of investigation.
The video evidence, was it found on his equipment, on his person, on an online server that he was sharing this?
I'm going to say that we found it. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Was it found in like in an online medium? What was he sharing? Is it believed that he was sharing this video?
We found video. That's all I'm going to say.
This guy has a lot of charges, 59 charges.
Mhm.
Is this just local? This may be from Rachel's office, but is there a chance for federal charges because state lines were crossed, California and Nevada? Is there a chance?
No, all the crimes were committed here. So he never crossed state lines that we know of. The charges that he is being that he was indicted on are local charges from here. So the victims went to those states, so we had to go and talk to them there.
Are they residents of those states that came here in the crime, or did
They are now. At the time, they were here in Phoenix.
Can you elaborate on the area? Is there a specific area where the crimes were committed, South Phoenix, West Phoenix?
It was more locally to the general Phoenix area. He kind of moved around, so there's no one real spot
Were these victims students at the university when he
that we know of. No.
a quick search of this guy's name shows he was arrested in September 2021. Was that arrest related to all of this, or was that something else?
That was related to the initial one until we found out more victims. Until we found more victims, then we were able to add all those charges together. So those charges were vacated, and they were all put together into one. So that's why.
And when's the last time you've seen something like this? 59 charges on one person.
It's been a while. I don't remember one this big for a long time. I don't know if you can remember one, but this is a pretty big one. This guy committed a lot of violent acts. So having him in prison right now or behind bars is absolutely a help to the community, for sure.
Or while is he cooperating? Is he talking a little bit?
Is he?
Yes.
That I don't know. That would be up to the county attorney and the trial. Give you one more question, and then.
You mentioned it was a kidnap at a public place.
Mhm.
Were they triggered, and how do we know that this is not going to happen again to another women out there? What would you tell other women that
Mhm.
could possibly fall victims to the same situation?
Well, I would expand that to men and women. Anybody out there, just be cognizant of your surroundings. Be careful. Use your gut instinct. If something seems weird and strange, get out of the area, call the police, get in your car, leave. Kidnappings usually don't happen, with somebody who's paying attention. So pay attention to your surroundings. Be very cognizant of who's around you, and be a good witness. Make sure you can annotate what's happening with your phone. Take pictures, take video, call the police, and get out of the area. But the biggest thing for both men and women, be cognizant of your surroundings.
Question. Obviously, we're looking at, like, it was saying a lot of charges here,
Mhm.
women, and that, can you talk about the severity and the brutal assault that these women possibly endured?
I will say it's very violent acts. That's all I'll say right now. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And the bulletins will be going out with Sergeant Powers.
Can you say your first and last name? I think we heard from you.
So all the spellings is on the media opportunities for all the individuals who spoke today. I do want to, again, go out there and reach out to the public that these pictures that we're going to be putting on our social media, we really appreciate it if you were to push those out on your own social media. We're asking for the community to help us identify who this victim is. As was described up here, this victim could be anywhere. Any different state may not know that we're looking for who this victim is. So the broader the push that we can get, we can try to find a victim, provide that help, those resources that all victims need. With that being said, I will also send out emails with the bulletins, the pictures of those necklaces, the evidence for you guys as well. And then any other follow-up questions, please reach out to us on email. Thank you.